Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar, Turning Actions into Results with Naeem Mahmood from Tony Robbins, who is going to be teaching us how to improve your performance by integrating a 3-step process for creating lasting change. Allison James Estates and Homes is a nationwide brokerage which offers 100% commission, 100% support, and 0 franchise fees. Why split your commission if you don't need to? You earned it all, so shouldn't you keep it all? Our goal at Allison James is to always give back to our agents by providing education, training sessions, live webinars, live events, and full broker support with the most up-to-date tools and technology available. We are always looking for new tools and ways to be able to provide them to our agents at a lower or discounted price so you can keep your hard-earned money. We are proud to announce that Allison James Estates and Homes has recently partnered with the #1 lead generation, CRM, and automation system, KV Core. We are thrilled to provide this amazing product at a low cost to all of our agents. Signing up for KV Core outside of Allison James would cost over $500 a month. We are proud to provide this product at a deeply discounted rate. Today's webinar is sponsored by our preferred lender, Movement Mortgage. For more information about Allison James Estates and Homes, please visit www.ajicareers.com. I would now like to introduce our speaker, Naeem Mahmood from Tony Robbins, who will be hosting today's webinar. Please make sure to submit any questions into the questions box on your GoToWebinar panel, and we will have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. With that being said, I will now like to pass it over to our guest. Good morning, Naeem.
Hey, good morning, Tori. How are you? Thank you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Awesome. Ready to rock and roll, guys? Great to all meet you all. Well, not formally, but meet you guys. So is there a way, Tori, during the presentation, we could, I am going to ask for some participation.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, I don't know if you have like a kind of master mute button and master unmute button. So maybe, is that possible? You can do that once in a while?
They can go ahead and input any questions or feedback into the questions or comments box in the webinar panel, and I'll just let you know what I'm getting back, if that's okay.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
All right, awesome. So guys, my name's Naeem, and I'm one of 5 trainers with Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins, he's the leading authority on leadership, negotiation, and peak performance. He's directly impacted the lives of over literally 50 million people from 100 different nations. He's a leader called upon by leaders. For example, he works with leaders like Michael Dell, Steve Wynn, Mark Benioff, Oprah Winfrey, Serena Williams, and even 4 of the past 5 American presidents that were coached and trained by Tony Robbins. Now, are these people I just mentioned, they're already successful, of course, right? And they're already super motivated, and they're really, really busy, obviously. So my question for you guys is, if you want to write in the chat box, why in the world would super successful, super motivated people spend invest a lot of money and invest a lot of time to be coached by anybody? Why would they do it? What do you guys think? If they're the best at what they do, why would they hire somebody like a Tony Robbins to coach them?
To become more productive in business is an answer we got. We also have accountability, to stay on top, keep them motivated,
Yep.
More freedom, to get better and
love
stay
it.
on track. Time is money.
Spot on.
Lots of good answers coming in.
Yeah, all those are spot on for sure. Yep. So I love it. You guys are spot on. And ultimately, they want results, right? And obviously that's different for everybody. Everybody has different results they're going after. So whether that's in their business and their personal lives, right? So look, I'm not here to motivate you guys today. That's not what we do. People always kind of mistake Tony Robbins as a motivational speaker. It kind of comes as a byproduct of kind of the work we do, but we're not here to motivate you, right? But what we will do is help you identify what's holding you back from producing results you want to accomplish in your work, in your real estate business, with Allison James, and your personal lives. Because once you identify and you destroy the internal conflicts up here and the emotional blocks in our hearts, you can get whatever it is you want in your life. Whether that's more money, better health, a loving, passionate, intimate relationship, more confidence or certainty. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to identify what's getting away every single day and come up with a solution to destroy it, right? But now in order for us to get the most out of our time, we have to participate and play full out, right? So research has proven if you just sit down passively, kind of like you did in your 7th grade math class, right? My kind of shoulders are hunched over right now. Information went one ear and out the other one, right, guys? And your retention level is only about 10%, a small amount. But now, and guys, I know I'm not there with you in the room. Usually I do this in a physical situation where I could feel you and you guys could obviously feel my energy kind of physically in the space. But again, just pretend like I'm there with you, right? Like literally, if I say raise your hand, raise your hand. If I say yes, right? I know it feels kind of weird and awkward. It feels weird for me too to have nobody in front of me physically. But again, the reason we do this stuff is not on an intellectual level. We all know what to do intellectually. It's getting it in your body, right? So when you raise your hand, when you move your body, when you say yes and use your voice, it gets ingrained in your nervous system, if that makes sense. Then you actually go do those things you say you want to do, right? So if you guys raise your hand, you answer questions in the chat box, and you take notes on that handout you guys should have over here, right? This little one, and you shout back the answers. Scientific research says your retention level goes all the way up to 90%, right? So today the keyword is participation, right? So here's what we're gonna do. How many of you guys know what a pattern is? What's a pattern? I want you guys to write it down in your chat box. What do you guys think a pattern is?
While we're waiting for those to come in, just so everybody knows, there are the handouts in the go-to webinar panel. There are 4 of them that Naeem will be using throughout the presentation.
Yep.
The kind
so
of
there's this one.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, what were we going to say, Tori? Sorry.
I was going to start telling you answers, but go for it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So real quick, this is one of the sheets. This is the one you guys can use to write notes on. They're obviously all of them are for you to keep, but here at the bottom of the sheet is all my info. That's my full name, Naeem Mahmood. If you guys could see it right there, that's my email, naeem.mahmood@tonyrobbins.com. That's my cell phone. I'm from New York, 646. This is all my social media. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube. If you guys want to follow me there on Instagram, it's just my first and last name. And then another cool thing you guys could do if you want a free audio sample from Tony, what you got to do is if you write down this number 91023, and you text my last name, which again is right over here, Mahmood, M-A-H-M-O-O-D on the bottom of this form. If you text my last name to that number, 91023, you'll get a message back from the company on how to set that up for yourselves, right? And then the other form, this is my referral form. So if at any point during this workshop you guys think of 3 companies or groups of people that would want to do a workshop like this, I have a cool gift, right? So usually I give it, it's a physical gift. This is a USB drive. You pop out this little white piece. I'll show it to you right now. And you download day 1. It's his influence program, all about sales and influence skills, how to build your business. So what you do here is, this is a little USB drive. I plug it into my computer, and you download day 1. Obviously, I'm not going to give it to you in person, but what I will do for the people that either email me this or text me this form, I will Dropbox you a link. So I have this all in my Dropbox, so I'll Dropbox you guys a link so you can download these audio files as well, right? And then the last form is the enrollment form for the event. We do have an event with Tony Robbins coming up July 12th to the 15th in Chicago. So if you guys are here, or even if you want to fly in, people fly from all over the world literally for this event, from Europe, China, India, all over America. So if you guys want to do flying, you can obviously fly in. I'll tell you more about that later at the end, and I'll give you guys some discounted rates on the tickets. And the other form is the brochure about the event, right? It says UPW Chicago. It's a brochure all about what the event's about, right? So what are some of those answers that came in, Tori? What are some people saying about a pattern?
We got habits, everyday routine, repetitive behavior. Let's see. It's a lot of habits.
Yep, for sure. And you guys are spot on. Habit, basically, right? That's what I was trying to go for. And if I ask you guys, How many of you guys have good habits? Just type a yes in the box and let Tori see how many of you guys have good habits. Who's got good habits on this call?
Oh.
And people usually, or people's putting some yeses in there. Tori, am I allowed to see the chat box too? I'm looking for it. I don't see it though. I clicked on the chat thing.
You know what? I'm not sure. We are getting a lot of yeses.
Okay, cool.
Some.
So when I asked people, did you guys brush your teeth this morning? Right? Did anybody work out today? Maybe type in some habits. What are some good habits you guys have? Type them in the box.
Some people are saying they want more habits. They want more. We
love it.
Work out this morning, meditate.
Awesome.
They journal every day, read every day.
Nice. Those are great habits, right? Are you guys working? Did somebody say recycle?
No, set goals. Sorry.
Set goals. That's recycling is a good habit. Setting goals is a good habit, right? You guys went to work today, right? You guys showed up for the call. That's a good habit too, right? Now, let me ask you this, guys. How many of you guys have bad habits? I'll admit it or raise two hands for this one, right? Now, and we all do, of course, right? But here's the crazy part, right? The question I usually ask people is, what happens if our patterns, right, our habits, let me ask you, is it true that sometimes our patterns get so ingrained in us that we just begin to run on autopilot? Isn't it true? Right? And sometimes most of the time it's a good thing, right? If we're doing it for the right, we don't want to think about how to brush our teeth, right? Because we're good at that. It's an automatic thing. We don't want to think about how to tie our shoes anymore. We don't want to think about if we're good at playing the guitar or making sales calls. Like, that's fine. We're good at that, right? That is a good thing to be on autopilot. But the question now for you guys is, sometimes do our negative patterns kind of take us in the wrong direction? Isn't it true? Say yes or agree if you guys agree with that thought process in the chat box.
Yes, indeed. True.
Yeah, for sure, right? So the question is, we got to learn how to rewire and destroy those negative habits so we keep moving in the right direction. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So here's what we're going to do. So on this sheet with the wheel, on this form here with the wheel, you guys all see this little wheel here, yes? The circle? I want you to choose one of these little slices. It could be your business, your real estate business. It could be your health. It could be your relationships. It could be your time management. Some of us want a better work-life balance. Not everybody wants to make more money. It's totally fine. Some of us want a better quality of life, right? Spend more time with our family, still obviously do some good work, get some deals and help more people. Whatever you want to work on, and do one you want to improve in, right? So if you're already doing really good in your body, in your physical health, don't focus on that, right? Because we're here to improve. And if we're honest with ourselves, there's always something to improve, isn't it true? Because if you asked, I don't know if you guys watched the NBA championship, but if you guys asked the guys who just won, like Kevin Durant or Stephen Curry, you're like, hey, are you guys done practicing basketball? Are you gonna like just take the whole summer off? What do you guys think they'd say? They'd be like, hell no, right? Those guys are probably the hardest working guys all summer, right? Everybody else is probably partying right now. Those guys are still practicing basketball. First guys in the gym, last guy to leave the gym, because they have the mindset, oh, I'm a great shooter, but how can I improve my dribble? Or how can I improve my endurance? Or how can I improve this aspect of my free throw? So that kind of mindset. Does that make sense, guys? So choose one of these and give yourself a check-in based on your vision for where you want to be. Where are you now, right? So if you're at a 0, that's right in the middle, right? This little point right here, that's in the middle. And if you guys can see, there's little lines here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way out. So obviously 10 is all the way out. That's like you're beyond your vision, right? And a 0 is kind of where you're not close to it all, if that makes sense. So if I did for my physical body as an example, I'd give myself about a 5 out of 10, right? Because for me, I want to put on about 15 pounds of muscle, and I have some postural things I'm working on with my alignment in my body. So what I would do is I'd go right over here, and I would shade in. Let me get my marker real quick. I would go to the physical body. And I would shade in right over there at the 5th one. If you guys see that, and then I would just shade it in just like that. And then I get a nice little assessment of where I'm at in my physical body. And then if you want later, you could do all of them. Right now, just focus on one for the workshop. But if you want later, you can kind of get an assessment of how well-rounded your life is. So now here's what I want to ask you guys. I'm assuming you guys did that by now. Write in your number that you put down for yourself, right? Whether it was a 1 to 3, a 4 to 6, 7 to 8, or 9 or a 10. Just write down in the chat box so Tori can see what those numbers are so we can get an assessment of kind of where everybody's at.
Perfect. And real quick, just while we're waiting for these numbers to come in, the PDFs in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, there should be an orange arrow. If you click that arrow out, it's going to bring up the entire GoToWebinar panel. You'll be able to see the handouts that Naeem is talking about then. So just so everyone knows, we are getting a lot of numbers in. We have 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. Lots of 5s and 4s.
Okay. Awesome, cool. So as a team on average, what would you say, Tori, based on those numbers you're seeing, what would you say we are on average as a team?
I would say on average, we're averaging about a 4.
Okay, cool. So let's say we're a 4. Okay, I'm going to put down a 4 right over here on the form. So I have some really good news for you guys. If most of you are playing at a 4 below, all that tells me is you're leaving 60% of your potential out there every single day. Right? But now if that was over a time, you couldn't afford to leave 60% of your potential out there. It's now, isn't it? So let's go get the off the table and put it up against our pockets, but more importantly, our hearts where it belongs. Because let me ask you guys this. Who on this webinar wants to see a 60% increase in one of these areas of their lives in the next business quarter by a show of hands? Well, not by a show of hands, by a show of yeses in the chat box. Who would want to see that? Just type a yes in so Tori can see it. Or a Y for a yes. How are we looking on that end, Tori?
Great. We have about 30, 40 yeses that are coming in.
There you go.
More.
Of course, right?
Coming. I think everyone's saying yes.
I love it, for sure. So I'll show you guys how to do it in just 3 days at the end of this workshop. But now I have a serious question for you. What's holding you back from being a level 9 or 10? You gotta be 100% honest with yourself, not me, but yourself, okay? So go ahead and write those reasons down right over here. What's holding you back? Take as long as you guys need in the next 2 minutes. So the question is, no matter how successful you might be, right? No matter how great you might be doing, or no matter how badly you might be struggling right now, what's that next level and what's getting in the way? So write down whatever comes up for you. And by the way, if at any point during this webinar you guys have questions or I'm speaking too fast or there's a glitch in the signal, just type a comment to Tori and she'll tell me. I just can't see the comments on my end, so.
No worries. We're getting some answers in if you want me to read a couple.
Yeah, for sure. Read them off.
Yeah, so we have exhaustion and health, my mindset, a lack of confidence, organization, poor use of time, feeling overwhelmed, just starting a new career, and fear. They're great answers.
Fear is a big one. Fear is kind of behind all this stuff. What are some of the types of fear people have, guys? What are the different types of fear? Fear of rejection, fear of what else?
Failure.
Failure, yep. Anything else?
One that's coming in. No success. So not having success and failure, those are the biggest fears.
Yep, and what else? Fear of getting out of your what?
Comfort zone, probably.
Comfort zone, absolutely, yeah. And fear of the
unknown.
Unknown, absolutely. Isn't it true, guys? Yep. What else did they write down, Tori? Anything else?
Not thinking big enough because my rationality is the way. New technologies, that's a good one.
Yep.
Confrontation, losing focus.
Yep. Anybody procrastinate? Who procrastinates on the call? Type a yes if you procrastinate.
I definitely procrastinate. I'll be the first to admit.
Thank you for honesty, Tony. I appreciate it.
And everyone else is saying yes as well.
There you go. Yep. Honest group. I love it. And by the way, the people that didn't say yes, they're gonna raise it. They're gonna type yes in like 2 weeks from now, probably.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting a lot.
All right. Cool. What else came up? Any other answers that I didn't write down yet?
All the yeses are.
What about anybody feel lazy? Like you don't want to wake up, go to the gym, do some door knocks, make phone call, make your sales calls. Anybody feel lazy? Type a yes if you feel lazy sometimes. Don't want to go to the gym in the morning.
Oh, yes.
Yep, there you go. I love it. Honest group again.
Sometimes some people are just saying they're lazy, tired, not motivated.
Yep, motivation. Okay, for sure. And the people
Anxiety,
that didn't say yes, what's that?
anxiety and being anxious,
Anxiety, for sure. Yeah.
bored.
And the people that don't say yes about being lazy, they're too lazy to even type the yes in the computer right now. What are some other ones? What about this one? Anybody write in about money, finances?
Yeah, that was earlier in. We got finances, fear of finances. Finances are
Yep,
one of the
for
fears.
sure. And what about this, guys? Maybe you see somebody you're attracted to, you want to go talk to this person, or maybe you want to like grow your business more, get some more deals in, and go knock on doors and get more listings. And you see open, you're like, oh my God, there's a listing. I should go knock on this door. Or maybe you want to go to the gym and get your body in the best shape of its life it's ever been. But you're like, wait a minute, let me talk to like 25 people, read 50 books, and get an MBA first. What are they doing? Thinking?
Overthinking.
Right? Paralysis by analysis.
Absolutely.
Isn't it true?
100%.
I hear it all the time, right? I hear people say, let me talk to my husband, let me talk to my wife, let me talk to my doctor, let me talk to the tooth fairy.
Very true.
So guys, how many of you, were there any other answers that came up that were new to you or no?
No, it's slowing down, just overthinking, wanting to be
Okay.
10 places at once, always
Yep.
having excuses, overanalyzing.
Yeah, I love that. Yep. What about confidence? Can we use some more confidence? I know I can, yeah? Get over some self-doubts.
Yes.
So guys, let me ask you this. How many of you would agree to be successful in any area of your life, right? This wheel over here, you have to have a strategy, don't you? Some sort of plan. But does it matter if you have the best plan in the world for your body, for growing your real estate business, for getting, for investing your money in the long term to have financial freedom? If you're not going to do what? Take any action, true? And at the end of the day, what determines if you take any action at all? It's your what?
Your
Your
mind.
mindset. Yes, guys? And how many of you would also agree that some of these reasons of why you're not playing at a 9 or 10, whatever you guys wrote down, they're the same exact reasons holding you back in other areas of your lives? Because doesn't every area of your life affect every other area of your life? Our health affects our work, of course. Our work affects our income. And our income affects our relationships and how much fun we're going to have this weekend. So these are all great reasons we came up with. But what are they really? What do you guys think? Write down whatever you guys think that is. What are they really?
Excuses.
I love it. Great answer. That's what I was going for.
That's
So we have a very scientific term for this. Do you guys want to hear the scientific term? Say yes if you want to hear the scientific term.
yes, they do.
All right, cool. Here it is, guys. Write this down. All this stuff is your BS. You guys can do a laugh emoji if you want in the comments box, so I know you're all cracking up on the other side of the screen right now.
Yeah, I got a few pause.
So sometimes it's the other BS too, right? But this is your belief systems, right? So Tony Robbins, helping millions of people achieve amazing results in their businesses and all areas of their lives that are unleash the power within events. He's always asked this question: what's the difference that makes the difference? In other words, while would someone produce amazing results in their business and their work, while the person sitting literally in the desk next to them, they're not producing at all, right? They have the same resources, they have the same technology, they have the same information, they have the same leads, same market, same everything. Why do some people, they have loving, amazing, passionate, committed, intimate relationships, and others that can never find the way? And why do some people, they always find the way? They go to the gym every single day, they eat right, they have tons of energy, and others they can never find the time? Why do some people always find a reason they can, and others always find a reason they Can't, right? What's the difference that makes the difference? So all these answers, guys, they're correct. I agree too. But the one answer that drives them all, it's that right over there. It's your BS. It's your belief systems. Because all human behavior in life, it's belief driven. Behind every single action you take in life, there's a belief. Because how you feel about any given subject, that determines your thoughts. Thoughts influence your decisions, and those decisions that determine your actions or your lack of actions, which ultimately determines your results. So if that's true, guys, what's the definition of a belief? What do you guys think? Write that, type that into Tori in the chat box. What is the definition of a belief? We getting anything in there, Tori?
Sorry about that. I had myself on mute. We got expectations based on past situations, what you feel is true, passion for what you want, heartfelt value, your reality.
Love it. Awesome. Yep. So guys, I love those answers for sure. So write this down, everybody. A belief is a feeling. It's a feeling of absolute certainty you have about something. A belief is a feeling of absolute certainty you have about something. Now there's two kinds of beliefs, right? So number one, limiting beliefs. So those, they stop you from taking action. Limiting beliefs, Limiting. They stop you from taking massive action. They're dream killers. Number two, empowering beliefs. Empowering beliefs. An empowering belief allows you to take massive action to do all the things you want to do, to be, and to achieve in your life. Now, if you guys take one principle from me today, take this. You're never going to out-earn, outsell, or outperform your belief system. For example, you're never going to earn $100,000 a year, $1 million a year, whatever you want to make an income, if you only believe you can make $75,000. It's impossible to be in a loving, passionate, committed, intimate relationship if you think there's nobody out there for you in whatever state you're living, right? In the state of California, in the state of Chicago, Illinois, right? And it's impossible to have a healthy, fit body full of energy and vitality if the story you keep saying to yourself is, I'm big boned, I can't do this, and I have bad genetics. Does that make sense? Of course, right? Now, people have a lot of beliefs about our economy. Let me ask you guys a question about that. 10 years ago now, in 2008, were there people in the real estate industry making a lot of money? Type in yes or no if you guys, what do you guys think on that one?
Getting mostly yeses, a couple no's, a maybe. Mostly yeses.
Yep, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were yeses for sure, right? Were there people not making money in 2008? Absolutely right. Mm-hmm. And in today's economy, they're making a lot of money in real estate.
Yes.
And other people not making money.
Absolutely.
Yep. Are there people that have just started in real estate, brand new, and they're crushing it, doing really good?
Yes.
Yep. Are there people that have been in real estate for a long time, 10 years, 20 years? They know all the information, all the laws, everything about everything, and they're kind of barely getting by.
Getting a lot of yeses. Only yeses, right? Actually.
Yep, for sure. Yep. And are the people that have moved to America, they don't speak a word of English whatsoever, they don't have any formal education whatsoever, they don't have a dollar in their pocket, they don't have any family here, they don't know how to use technology like we do, right? And they're going to create multi-million-dollar companies.
Yes.
Yeah. And other people that have been to the best schools in America, they went to Harvard, they went to Stanford, they have an MBA, they have a trust fund in the bank with millions of dollars from their family, and they're not doing so good, struggling, trying to figure things out. Yeah, right? So there's no such thing as a bad market, just a bad mindset or belief system. So remember this, own this, guys. If there's someone out there doing it, you can too. Whether you believe it or not, you're correct. If you believe you can't do something, you can't, true? But if you believe you can, it's only a matter of time and you will. So right now I want to share with you how it's scientifically proven, how your beliefs and patterns determine how well you're going to do this year, next year, and every single year in the future. They determine your success in all these areas of your lives on this little wheel over here. Do you guys want to learn this? Of course you do, right? So I'm going to give you guys some cool info right now about all this stuff, right? So let's say as a team, we're trying to produce a specific result. Okay, so in this box here, in the bottom left, the one with the R stands for result, okay? Same thing as a goal. So what's a goal or a result you want to produce? Do one for your business, one for your real estate business, one for your personal life. So do 2 goals total in the R box in the bottom one for your business, one for your personal life. Just take 2 seconds to write that down. And you want to make it specific and measurable. Don't just say you want to close more deals or make more money or lose weight. Pretty much everybody wants those things. How will you know when you get it, right? Because what gets measured gets managed. If you just walked into a furniture store and said, hey, I want a couch, and they gave you a green couch with suede material, and you're like, no, I wanted a brown leather one. Well, you should have said that, right? So if you say, hey, my outcome is to close 10 deals by the end of this year, or do $200 million in revenue by the end of the year, whatever success is for you, right? Your brain knows what to focus on, and it'll move you towards that goal. So real quick, write them down, and if you want to share them, I'd love to see some shares too. Who's got a couple goals or one or the other they want to put in the chat box so we can hear what you guys want to do?
We're getting a few in. Advance yourself, make money.
Awesome.
Weight, make $75,000 in my first year.
Cool.
Run.
The one about making money and losing weight and advancing yourself. Those are awesome. But then again, I would define what that means, right? If I give you $10, is that enough money? Probably not, right? So you want to say, I love what the other person says, 75,000 my first year, right? So it's like a measurable. I could go to that person and be like, hey, did you earn $75,000 or did you not earn $75,000? Mm-hmm. And then we can look at the actions you took, and based on those actions, we can find out what's working and not working, and refine your approach and figure out what we need to tweak. Because success is a science, right? That's the cool part about it, right? So for the people that said lose weight or make money, that's awesome. But then define it. For lose weight, what do you want your body fat percentage to be? Or how much do you want to weigh, right? Mm-hmm. Any other ones that come up, Tori?
We had one that said lose 30 pounds. So there was a
awesome. I love it.
Run a race, 13.1.
Cool.
Not sure if that's miles. Close.
That's awesome.
5 deals because they're brand new to the real estate business. Run a 5K.
I love it.
Work out each morning, 6 days a week.
Sweet. I love it. Cool.
Oh, there's some good ones coming in. Be a good example to others who have lost their hope or belief that it's never too late.
That's beautiful. I love that one too, for sure. We'll do more for others and we'll do for ourselves. I love that. That's awesome. So let me ask you this, guys. Who here wants to be part of this team that gets the results they want for themselves? But now here's the question. Who's committed to actions in this left box, to the box to the right, the A stands for action, right? So the question is, are you guys committed to taking those actions every single day, day in and day out, consistently, year over year over year, to get the results you want? That's the real question, right? And the deeper question behind that even is, are there specific measurable actions you guys got to take every single day, right? When LeBron James wakes up, or whoever you guys think is successful, they don't just wake up and say, hey, let me try this today, or let me try this phone call, or let me try this workout. No, they know what they're doing, why they're doing all the time, right? Their life is chunked out from their vision for their life, for the decade, for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day, for the hour, for the minute, right? Literally. And they have a purpose behind it, right? Not to be anal about it, right? But when you have that all tied together, you can move in one direction streamlined, versus most people, what are they? They're kind of scattered, right? Their thoughts are here, like they say they want to do all these things, but then their emotions are kind of all over the place, and then their actions are not doing anything, right? So everybody says they want to earn X amount of dollars. Everybody says they want to have a healthy and fit body. But then when you see what they do with their hands and their feet and their mouth, it's not always reflecting what they're saying, right? That's what we call incongruent, right? When you see somebody that's aligned and congruent, you see their words and their actions and their energy, even if you want to go that far, it's all moving in the same direction, if that makes sense, right? Now, to take those actions every day to get the results you want in your life and your work, how much of your potential, P stands for potential right over here, how much of your potential do you guys have to tap into every single day? All of it, right? And the average person taps into a tiny bit of their potential, isn't it true? Now, to tap into this totally limitless potential every single day, to take those actions every single day, to get the results you want in your life and your real estate business, my question to you guys is, what type of beliefs, B stands for beliefs, and P stands for patterns, do you guys need to form about your real estate business, your company, right, Allison James, the economy, but most importantly about who? Yourself, true? So suppose someone's working, doing their thing, living their life, but they haven't really been getting the results they really desire for themselves deep down in their hearts because of these limiting beliefs. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, it's too hard, I have all this family stuff going on, it's the economy, I'm new, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm black, I'm white, I'm brown, whatever the story is, right? That's the result. What kind of beliefs is that going to reinforce? Positive ones or negative ones? Negative, of course, right? I think they're probably typing that. Are they typing that in the chat box, negative?
Yeah, we're getting a few negatives. Yep.
Awesome. And with that negative mindset, right, if I'm always like negative on things, am I going to tap into more or less potential every single day when I wake up? More or less? Less, of course, right? And when I tap into less potential, I'm going to take more or less action. Less, obviously. And I'm going to get better or worse results. Worse, of course, right? And am I going to produce the deals I want to produce this year? Nope. Am I going to produce the health and vitality in my body I want? Nope. Am I going to produce the time with my family I want? No. And then I go, see, I told you so. It wasn't me. It's the leads. It's the market. It's the economy. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm new. I have all this family stuff going on. It's Obama. Now it's Donald Trump, right? And then what happens with our level of certainty about these limiting beliefs, when we start to believe they're true, they get what? Just like going to the gym, they get stronger, yes? They get reinforced and they grow. And then you develop a limiting mindset, guys, and you start to believe all your doubts and you doubt all your beliefs. And you become more so about the wrong things. And the crazy part is, check this out, a pattern gets formed just like this. If you guys look at my boxes, I'm going to do a downward spiral, right? You go down all the way around into that downward spiral. You tap into less potential, you take less action, you get worse results, right? Now, if you're not getting the results you want in your life and your work, it's only one of two reasons. One, you don't know what to do. And if that's the case, it's pretty easy, isn't it? Right? You can go talk to Tori. I'm sure she's always there to support you guys. You guys can go read any book by the person who's done it before. Pretty much anything we want, somebody's done it. They wrote a book about it. Or, of course, today, guys, we have the easiest thing in the world today. We're using it right now, the internet. Isn't it true? Literally in 2 seconds, you guys find out the information and anything you guys want. So it's not the information. If anything, there's too much information. You got to break through all the noise. It's number two. People don't take the what? The action. And if that's the case, you guys got to come to Tony Robbins and unleash the power within, right? Because our resources, they aren't the problem in today's economy, right? It's never the resources. Because when people say, and you guys know what I mean by resources. So when I say resources, I say, what I mean is when people say, hey, Naeem, I don't have the time for this, or I don't have the money, or I have all this stuff going on, right? Or I don't have the support, or I don't have the education, right? Because if you're resourceful, which is the ultimate resource, by the way, if you're resourceful and you don't have the time, what are you going to do? You're going to make the time, isn't it true? Or if you're resourceful but you don't have the money for something, what are you going to do? You're going to get the money together, isn't it true? And I'm sure you've all been there before. I've been there before. I didn't have the money, maybe one time, to pay my rent when I was growing up, figuring things out early in my life, right? I didn't have money to get a deal closed, a bigger deal that was beyond my comfort zone. So what did I do? I was like, I'm going to figure this out. I want that money, right? So what did I do? I got resourceful and I got people together, got investors, and I used my resources, my resourcefulness to get those resources together, if that makes sense, right? So it's not the resources. It's never the resources, guys. It's a resourcefulness, right? But now imagine this. Imagine this person steps up and they destroy all those patterns and beliefs. They no longer let the external world out there dictate their internal world up here, and more importantly, their hearts. And their new belief is they're an absolutely outstanding human being, an outstanding salesperson. It doesn't matter what the economy's doing because you're also producing top results. You're prospecting daily, you're making the extra calls, and you're asking for referrals every time you serve the needs of your clients. Now, is that an empowering belief or a limiting belief? Empowering, of course, right? And with that empowering belief, are you guys going to tap into more or less potential, more or less? I'm sure they're all typing in more right now, right? More, of course, right? Now, here's a question I have for you guys. How many of you guys ask for referrals? Or let me ask you this. How important are referrals in your business on a scale of 1 to 10 in real estate? Type in on a scale of 1 to 10. How important are referrals? 10 being the most important, 1 being not important at all.
We got 10.
What are they typing?
We even got 11.
Yep, great answer, 11. I love that one.
Yep.
So obviously they're super important, right, in any business, but especially real estate. And the question now for you guys is, how many of you ask for referrals every single time you serve the needs of your clients? And usually most people don't. Maybe there's a few, right? But honestly, most people, not everybody kind of does it, right? And the reason people don't do it is because they have some fear about it. They're scared. And I tell people, don't be scared of making any money, right? So do you guys want to learn how to get referrals every time you do business? I'm sure you guys do, so I'm going to jump ahead and tell you guys right now how to do it, okay? So write this down, guys, A-R-E, R. Can you see what I'm typing in here, by the way? I know you probably can, Tori. Can everybody else see it or no? Or no? I just typed in R. Do you guys see that acronym? Anybody besides Tori? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no. Tori, do you know if they can see it? Hello?
Oh, there we go. I just sent it
Hello?
out. A-R-E.
Can you guys hear me? What's
you?
that? Yeah, it was cutting out for a second.
Perfect. We sent out the A-R-E to the audience, so they see that.
Awesome, cool. So the first thing you want to do is you want to ask for at least 3 referrals. Could be 3, could be 5, could be 10. Just give them a number, right? Second thing you want to do is you want to reward them, right? So I travel with this, like I told you before. It's my flash drive of Tony's audio program, Mastering Influence. It's about a $45 value, and I give it to people for free when they give me 3 referrals. And then the third thing you want to do, guys, you want to make it easy. So you need one of those referral forms that you guys have in front of you. So this thing creates comfort for the client. They think, obviously, other people must give this person referrals, so it must be okay for me to give them referrals. Does that make sense? Right? But now you can't expect to get referrals if you never give them. Isn't that true? So how many of you guys know 3 or more people who own or manage a company with 15 or more people on their team that could benefit from this workshop? By a show of hands, who wants one of these for free? Anybody? Or just type in a yes in the chat box. And what I'm going to do is, if you guys do, jot 3 names down in this form, send it to me by email or text message on my cell phone, and I'm going to Dropbox you the audios, okay? Now, by taking all this action, what's your result when you guys do this with your clients every single time? What's the result?
Waiting on some answers. We got more business, greater consistent results, success.
Yep. I love it.
Asking for referrals.
Yep. And
Motivation.
what am I getting in this case? What am I getting in this case? I'm getting referrals, right? What do more referrals mean for me? More business. And you go, damn, I knew it was good, but not this good, right? Which reinforces your belief, guys, that you are an outstanding salesperson. And then with this empowering belief, check this out. I'm doing a plus sign over here on the B. With this empowering belief, you're tapping into more potential. You're taking more action. And you're getting phenomenal results. And you're producing the results you guys are after. Whether that's your deal flow, whether that's the health and fitness you want in your body, whether that's the time with your family. And the cool thing is we all know what's going to happen in 2019 if you keep these patterns up. It's going to go outward, isn't it? 2019, get some better results. 2020, some more, and so on and so forth. Right? Now, guys, I believe we've been given many gifts in our lives, and one of them, it's the most amazing machine ever created, and that's our bodies. We've also been given the most powerful computer in the world, and that's our mind. And every computer, they run programs, right? So the question now for you guys is, what programs are you running right now? Some people say, I don't know, the time program. I don't know, the money program. It's not me, it's somebody else's fault program. Right? The other day, somebody said a Windows 95 program. Because the beliefs about your life are the results you're getting, guys. Right? Because you can't talk yourself out of something you acted yourself into. In order to do something you haven't done, you got to be somebody you haven't been. Right? And by the way, Tori, how's our time looking right now?
We got about 5-10 minutes left.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So how about we do this then? Because I usually go longer. I'm not done, but why don't we do this? What's up?
You can keep going. Do you have a little bit more to talk about?
I'd probably go for about, if I could do it in like maybe 10, 15 more minutes if you guys want to kind of go for a little longer. If not, we can wrap it up, whatever you guys want to go for.
10 more minutes. Yep, they're wanting it. Let's go.
Okay, cool. So here's the deal, guys. Would you guys agree with me that Albert Einstein was an intelligent man? Of course, right? What was his definition of insanity? Write it down in the chat box for Tori to see. What was Albert Einstein's definition of insanity?
Doing the same things and expecting different results.
You got it. There you go. I love it. First one. Boom. So doing the same exact things over and 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 over, expecting different and better results. Right? The cool thing about life, though, is that success and failure, they're literally on the same street. Success is just a little further down the street. Right? But now, does a good coach tell you guys what you want to hear or what you need to hear for the most part? We need to hear, right? So my question is, are we willing to be good coaches and coach each other and look at these patterns in the team, even if I feel a bit uncomfortable at times, right? Now let me ask you this. These patterns, they're pretty old. I'm sure you guys would agree, right? Some of them have passed down from our family, some generational, from society, from culture. And I know that because it was a study done at Stanford University, and they proved that we learn 50% of our patterns by the age of 5 and 95% by the age of 18, right? So the question now for you guys is, what do these patterns cost you in the past? Type it in the box. What did they cost you in your business and your personal lives? What do these patterns cost you?
We got everything: success, money and relationships, less money, happiness,
Yep.
Lack of success.
Yep, absolutely. Have you missed out on business opportunities and time with your family?
Yeah.
Of course, right? So write this down real quick, guys. My past does not have to equal my future unless I choose to live there. Right? My past does not have to equal my future unless I choose to live there. So what that means is, no matter how many times you screwed up, how many times you failed, how many times you tried and didn't work, Each new moment is a brand new opportunity to make a new decision that could change your life forever, right? So here's what I want to do to wrap it up real quick. Imagine you guys destroy all these patterns. Imagine destroy them and you did the opposite, right? If you procrastinated, you took more action. If you had insecurities, you had more confidence, right? If you had skepticism about life and about things, kind of have more belief and faith in yourself and about life, or whatever it is. What would that mean for your business and your personal lives? Just type it in real quick. So basically, if you destroyed whatever patterns were holding you back, how would your work improve in your personal lives? Write down whatever comes to mind for you guys.
We have growth, success, freedom, better life, more momentum, relief,
I love it.
advancement.
I love it. Yep, absolutely. So guys, here's the deal. We do have, again, this event with Tony Robbins. It is July 12th through the 15th. It is, if you like this, guys, it's like a million times better than this, especially because I was on a webinar with you guys. Like even in person with me, it's like a million times better, just because, not because of me, just because when you're in the physical environment and you feel the energy of 10,000 other people too, and the best coach on the planet, it literally shifts all this stuff, right? So literally whatever it is for you, you'll knock it out and you'll do the opposite in a good way, right? So if it's finances, you'll earn more money. If it's your relationships, you'll improve those. Whatever you're focused on right now, guys, this event is the event to make that happen for you. And of course, for your business too, if you want to get more deals in, you got to close yourself, right? So this event is also about how to develop more certainty in yourself to go out and reach more people and serve more people and help more people in your business with Allison James, if that makes sense. So if you do want to go, guys, you do have that enrollment form. The prices on the form, those are the normal prices. The cool part about being on this webinar that Tori set up for you guys is you guys have some discounts. So even if you guys look on the website, it is even more expensive on the website, right? So if you guys do want to go and you reach out to me directly, email me. You guys could call me if you guys have questions about it personally. You guys can give me a call or email me if you guys want to. But you guys, basically the pricing for you guys is on the form, that's the full price. For the diamond, for the discount, it's $2,495 for the diamond premier. Again, that's where an Oprah Winfrey would sit. That's where a Mark Benioff would sit. That's where a Michael Jordan would sit. Super successful people sit up in the front. In the middle, there's the VIP section, right? So that is probably the best value for your investment because it's right in the middle, right behind diamond. So this is the seating chart right over here, guys. That one's $1,695. For you guys, it's $1,095. So for VIP, it's only $1,095. I'm typing this in real quick. For you guys, the Diamond Premier is $2,000. VIP is $1,095 with the discount. And then if you guys want to just get in the building, get your foot in the door, if it's kind of finances are kind of a stretch, I totally get it. Sometimes it is a stretch. You guys can do general admission, guys, and it's only $695. The investment's only $695. Again, on the website, it is about $300 to $400 more expensive per section on the website. So just call me or email me. All my info is right down there. If you guys want to go to the event, just call me or email me, and I'll get you guys sorted out. And again, the cool part about it too is it's 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, guys. So literally, you can go for the first 2 days. If you don't want to be there, if you're like that dude Naeem, he lied to me, whatever it is, you can get a full refund. There's no questions asked, right? And the biggest thing this webinar is about, or this seminar is about, well, it's about obviously your life, but the big thing people usually get turned off about, oh, this is the big sales pitch, right? Oh, all you're doing is selling. First of all, guess what, guys? Everybody is selling something all the time, right? And do you want to know who you're selling to first? Yourself, right? So if you have an aversion towards sales, and like even if I'm selling to you now or salespeople, that is basically that is a perfect reflection of how you are in your sales process when you're trying to sell other people. Because all sales it's service, right? So if you feel a negative aversion towards sales, it's reflecting with you when you're actually reaching more people, and you're probably not reaching as many people as you should, and you're probably not helping as many people as you should. Because sales is about adding value and serving. It's not about taking and getting, right? So that's what this is about too. It's about reframing your head, how to become better at influence and reach more people and help more people, if that makes sense. So do you guys, if you guys have any questions, Tori said there might be, you guys might have questions. So if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer any now for the next few minutes if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, we'll wait for a couple to come in, see what we got. You guys have the prices. We went ahead and typed those in. Those are great. I would definitely take advantage of that if you're able to attend. Can you remind us of the dates one more time, Naeem?
Yeah, it's July 12th to July 15th. That's a Thursday through a Sunday. It's at the United Center. I'm typing that in right here in Chicago. The United Center is where the Bulls play basketball.
All right. What is your biggest advice for a newbie in the business getting the ball rolling and networking?
I love it. That's a great question. So my advice for anybody in any new business is well, so what gets measured gets managed, right? So the biggest thing you got to do, again, is not to be a cliche, but take action, right? So if you don't know who to talk to or like what to do, like literally go outside and talk to the first person you see, right? It's obviously probably not the ideal person, but again, the cool part about it is when you start taking action, there's momentum that builds, right? There's emotion involved, you build momentum, and you get that energetic push in the right direction, right? So you just have the right person to talk to. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let me talk to another person. Let me talk to another person. Let me talk to another person, right? So the cool part about physical connection is this is great. Webinars are awesome. Technology is great. But a lot of times people, they sit behind their computer all day, but they're not getting that physical connection with people, right? And they're just kind of like in a bad state, like we talked about before, kind of like down. And then they don't have that energy, right? So the energy, that's all charisma is. Charisma is energy, right? So what I would say to you is go to where you think your ideal client may be, right? Go to networking events, go to nice restaurants where people spend a lot of money, if that's your ideal client, if you want to have people that have a lot of money to invest and buy a house, and go literally just talk to these people, like have a conversation. The one thing people screw up on a lot is though, they think building rapport is like chit chat, like get to the point too. Like be a cool person, be friends. But if you're honest with yourself and other people, if you're a solid professional person at what you do, you're not gonna like talk about a hobby or like something on somebody's wall. You're gonna be like, hey, my name is Allison, or my name is Tori, or my name is Naeem. This is what I do, and I'm here to offer you this product or service if you need it. Right? That's the other big part too. You don't want to sell everybody that doesn't need it, right? So a lot of times you should walk away from people if you're not able to serve them, and also help them maybe find somebody else to serve them, right? So basically the short answer to that was a long answer to your question. Just literally like, I track my numbers every day. I track my numbers, right? So what's my outcome? I want to do like $10,000 in sales or $100,000 in sales, right? How many people do I need to hit that number, right? And again, you might not know in the beginning, you got to work out those numbers, but then it's like every time you talk to somebody, have a conversation, like boom, I had a conversation, maybe have an Excel spreadsheet, I have a Google Drive spreadsheet I use, like boom, I talked to a person, then what was the result? Did I make a sale? Did I not make a sale, right? And then the cool part about that is it kind of takes your emotion out of it. You kind of get disassociated and you don't get so emotionally attached to the outcome, if that makes sense. So basically two things, I would go out there as much as possible, go to where your ideal clients are, networking events, nice restaurants, wherever they might be, and then track it, right? Have an outcome for how many calls you'll make, how many people you talk to every single day, and then track if you talk to them and also what the result was. Did you make a sale or did you not make a sale?
Perfect. Can you remind everyone of your contact information really quick? Email, if it's.
Yeah, sure. It's naeem.mahmood@tonyrobbins.com. It's on the bottom of that form. But I'll also type it in right here. It's on the bottom of the sheet though. This one is right there at the bottom. That's all my info. So if you guys have questions, you can email me, call me, check me out on social media too. I put great content out there too about all this stuff.
All right, we have a couple more questions. How can you increase the passion for your goals?
Sure, that's a good question. One is, again, it starts with a vision. You have to have a compelling vision that drives you, right? Like what's something that inspires you? And even beyond that, it's the purpose. Like, why are you doing it, right? Because if you're doing it just to buy a Ferrari, that's cool, right? Nothing wrong with a Ferrari, or it's something really nice you want for yourself. But if you're doing it to like help more people or feed people that are in poverty or help your family, that's like a much more motivating force for me, at least, and for most people, to get out of bed at 5 a.m. versus to make some more money, right? That's kind of like, that's when you see people that aren't like passionate, kind of miserable what they do. So I'd say get a really clear, colorful, exciting vision, and also a powerful, deep purpose that pulls you through the hard times, because there's going to be hard times. There's always, no matter what, there's going to be hard times for everybody. Even successful people, they still have hard times, right? Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, LeBron James, like all these guys, they have their challenges no matter what, but they have such a strong vision that pulls them forward, and they also have a strong purpose that keeps them pushing through those hard times. And the other thing I'd add, maybe get a really good peer group around you, right? So you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So surround yourself with people that are going to make you stretch and grow versus people that keep you comfortable, right? So in your business, if that's what you're thinking about, find 5 people that are even a higher level than you that are going to make you grow and like stretch and be like, oh man, I feel like crap because these guys are killing it, right? So if you play basketball with LeBron James, you're like, damn, I'm really bad at basketball, but you'd get really good at basketball really fast. You play LeBron James every single day versus some people, they want to play basketball with like somebody like a kid that's younger than them or not as good as them, and like, oh, I feel really good because I'm destroying them, but they're not getting any better, if that makes sense. So those are probably the 2 things I'd say to do that. And also look at your vision and your purpose every single day. You got to retrain your mind. Don't look at it once and then put it away. Like, because as you look at it every day and you go out in the world, you're going to start thinking, oh no, I want that, or no, I want that. And you're going to start refining it and adding to it, if that makes sense. You'll start noticing other things, because right now you might not be so clear on it, but as you keep looking at it, as you keep on moving forward and growing and evolving and achieving goals, you're going to be like, oh no, I want my dream house to be like this, or I want my dream house to be like that, or I want my dream house to have this carpet, and like I want to have a sauna, or I want to have XYZ, if that makes sense. So I'd say that too. Look at it every day, and then you'll start adding to it and refining it, because it's always going to be evolving.
Okay, we have a couple more really great questions that I want to make sure we get to. Relationships are key, but what new technology would you recommend as a first focus?
Technology as a first focus? What do you mean by that?
I'm thinking it's probably like in the real estate industry. Where would you focus where would you first want to focus as a new agent? So they're brand new. What's your first focus?
So in terms of technology, or overall in general? If you guys want to be successful in real estate or any business, like guys, if I took somebody who didn't speak English, this is an exaggeration, but it's kind of true, right? They didn't speak English. They didn't even have a real estate license, even though it's illegal, right? I'm not saying I do it, but like they didn't have any of the stuff you think you need. And I said, hey, dude, go outside for 5 hours every day and like knock on doors and like make phone calls and meet people. If you meet like 50 people a day, that person will do better than the person that like tries to do all this like nifty stuff with like webinars and XYZ stuff, right? Even with Tony Robbins for my business, like sometimes I do like webinars like this, but most of the time I do like the nuts and bolts basics. Like Warren Buffett says, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Most people get so caught up in the complex stuff because you're trying to make it more complicated to feel like more significant, or just because we think other people are doing it, so we should be doing it. But like, if you just stick to the fundamentals, guys, like just go out there and like literally, if you guys meet and talk to and have a conversation with like 25 people a day, I promise you, you'll grow your business really fast, faster than anybody else. Because again, you're not necessarily closing deals right away, but what you're doing is, again, you're planting seeds. Maybe you will meet somebody that does need a house, right? It doesn't always happen right away on the first encounter, but like you're planting those seeds, and again, the more you build those patterns, eventually you won't even have to do that yourself. You're going to be so busy, you can have other people do it for you, and then you kind of help to manage those people, but you're doing things at a higher level, right? That's my one advice for just business overall. But if it was technology, I would ask somebody in real estate, honestly, because that's not my industry. I would go to a top performer in real estate and be like, hey, what's the one best technology, or what's the one technology that's the game changer for you? Because modeling is a good thing, right? Go to the best and find out what's one of the 2 or 3 things they do best, they use to get the results they get. That's what Tony does. He models people in their health and their finances and their relationships, all that stuff. So that's what I would do in technology for real estate. I just don't know personally.
Perfect. What's the best way to continually stay positive and motivated when facing massive amounts of daily negativity and rejection when you're making your sales calls?
Sure, yeah. I'd say, again, it's really the conditioning and staying focused on your vision and your purpose, and surrounding yourself with that peer group, right? And then your tracking is also really helpful, because again, when you're tracking, you're disassociated from what's going on in the moment, because you get so caught up in the moment, right? Even now, me in this webinar, I'm like, I love it, right? I love doing this. This is my art. I love helping people. But then sometimes if it doesn't go the way you want to, right? If I don't like make my sales or do X amount of dollars, I'm like, damn, man, that sucked, right? But now it's like, I'm like, oh, this is just another number of my bigger outcome, right? So not to like say this isn't important. It's a very fine balance, right? You have to be in it, but also not too attached to it either, right? So because you also have to, that helps you stay focused on your bigger picture, right? So I'd say, again, your vision, your purpose, surrounding yourself with the right people. Because again, if you screw up one day, but then you talk to your buddy who's crushing it, they're all top performers, they might even screw up that day, be like, hey man, it's cool, we're on to the next, or we're on to the next, we're good. Or they might be like, they might crush, like, oh, he crushed it, she crushed it, let's keep on going, right? So and then the tracking, which is the third thing I'd say, again, that helps you not get too caught up in those failures, if you want to call them. You're like, okay, cool, I had a call, I had a conversation, I had a deal, I lost it, that's totally fine. Not that you want to lose them, but it's cool. I have other ones to go to. Because the biggest thing I think in real estate, and pretty much every industry, but real estate a lot, because they're bigger deals for the most part, and they take longer time frames usually. People get like a listing, or they get a new client, like so excited, like, oh my God, I got a new client, this is amazing, right? And then they forget everything else. Like, oh, I have a client, forget prospecting, forget all that, I'm good, I have a client, right? And then they basically put all their eggs in one basket with one client, and they don't do anything, and like waiting on this one deal, and they're praying it goes through. But again, guys, honestly, lots of times it's not going to go through, right? That's why you have to have the systems. That's a big thing, the systems too. That's probably the fourth thing I'd say, the systems in place, which is basically the tracking, right? So every day, no matter what, even if you are killing it and you have deals like listings, you still need to prospect every single day.
Perfect. So that looks like all the questions that we have. We're getting a lot of great feedback. People are very thankful for your time. Thank you for helping me see that there is still a future or opportunity for me and anyone else that's looking for success. Getting a lot of thank yous. So with that said, thank you everyone so much for joining us. We had so much great participation, and this was a really great webinar. And of course, a huge thank you to Naeem from Tony Robbins for hosting this month's webinar and giving us a great presentation. Naeem, do you have any final last words?
No, I'm good. I'm happy. I want to acknowledge you guys for showing up. For people that did stay on, I see we lost probably half, right? So I'm happy for the people that did stay on, because again, you guys showed up, you guys stuck through it, and that's really the biggest thing: perseverance and sticking through it, because you're gonna have hard times no matter what. It's a question of how well you can persevere, because honestly, that's probably the biggest thing to success. It's persevering through all the failures that are going to come your way, because they are going to come your way. It's the people that can persevere, because most people that give up. So if you don't give up, right, and you persevere, you will get there. So that's probably the biggest thing. So I acknowledge you guys for showing up and playing fun. Keep doing these things. Keep jumping on these webinars. This company with Allison James and Tori, like, they provide you with the resources. It's your job to use them, right? With that new technology, it sounds amazing. Like $500 a month, you guys get it for free. Like, we have the resources, guys. It's just up to you guys to use them and put them to use. And like, reach out to Tori and reach out to whoever's there that can support you and use those resources.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Naeem. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us. We had a really great turnout and great participation. I'm really happy with it. So I hope you all have a great day, a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.